You have heard me speak about my mobility challenges, and for a very long time, I was not sure if I wanted to expose this very vulnerable side of my life. Because those of you who know me. I am Miss Confidence, Miss Assertive, Miss Sales Person par excellence, and who wants to show those weak and tender points. But to know me is to love me, and to love me is to love all of me. So today I decided I'm going to be very vulnerable, and I'm going to share the thing that makes me less able than I used to be, but also that has taught me many lessons about internal strength and fortitude. It has also taught me the strength of community and the strength of love, the power of love. And I use the opportunity to introduce to you a wonderful, I was going to say sister, and I might as well continue. Wonderful sister friend. Somebody who we met when I was giving. I was a teacher. She was a student. Little did I know that this journey would have transcended time, space, age, and we would grow together. That this relationship would become so symbiotic that it continues to enrich us both. But of course, you all know I am long-winded and I can speak just for speaking. But those of you who have been around long enough would have heard me speak of Samambaia Holistic Mobile Spa. And I've always said that this is not the type of spa that typically persons would take advantage of simply because they want to feel nice. No, these ladies being headed by chief technician, I'm not using a right term, but this is just me. She is a holistic therapist, Verona. Verona Warburton, introduce yourself to us. And that's the introduction, ladies and gentlemen. If I were to say she has magical hands, that would not be doing her any justice. I have had the benefit of her therapy for years. Could we say going on 15 years, Verona? Mm-hmm. And I know years ago when she saw the condition of my legs, she refused to name it because she didn't want to wish it on me. But as a true practitioner, she knew what she saw. And here we are. There is a lymphatic issue. And I invite you all to journey with us as I become vulnerable and allow her to showcase the steps, the strategy, the patience that it will take in trying to regularize my lymphatic flow, ensuring that this system that we all have, but nobody really thinks about it because, to be honest, guys, this is the garbage house of the body. Who talks about that? Until it goes wrong and causes a backup of fluid in the system. But hear me talking like I'm a pro. At some point you will hear her tell you more, but I've suffered a long time, and I'm just grateful to know that right here in my homeland, in my hometown, there is somebody trained and specializing in the sort of treatment that can give my mobility back to me. Because you see, ladies and gentlemen, the holistic approach to life, health, and healing is one not to be taken for granted.
Definitely not.
And even though we have been at this now for 3 hours, she is just touching the base of what will need to happen to get my body back in alignment. Sound like a car, don't you? Yeah. But we are on a journey, and this is going to be a season. I know she wants to speak, so
Yes, 'cause, we're not at her feet for 3 hours, in case you are wondering. Right? We start from the head, and now we're at the feet. Right? So this is where this is where we're finishing, at the feet. Because you have to get all the major lymph nodes open to function well. So start from the head right down, and now that we are at the feet, there's no miracle here. This is our first treatment in 4 years, 3 years,
maybe longer. It's been a while.
So I've done some measurements of her legs before, and I'm going to measure again after. So we'll see how much fluid, because this is pure fluid, right? Of course, there's some circulation issue going on here, but like here and here, they're just fluid. So the objective is to get the blood flowing and to get these areas lighten up, right? So of course she has some homework she has been doing well with for herself. She know what to do, what kind of exercise to do to get the blood pumping. So I'm just here to help.
And helping she has done. Now, in my journey with my feet, I discovered, for example, that the calf is the second heart. And many times you'll hear people say, go for a walk. And nobody ever told us that in walking, the calves, those 2 little muscles at the back of your legs that can be very hard, those are critical in pushing the blood supply back to the heart. So for somebody like me who has suffered and has restricted my movement because of pain, you can imagine my 2 heart them in my foot not working right. And yeah, I make light of a lot of things, but it's serious business. And so there's so much more to be said, and I really know that if I become vulnerable and share this, many persons will get clarity. Many persons will begin to understand that it is not something to be ashamed of. You'll stop locking yourselves away inside because your form has changed. And you'll come to grips with the fact that there is help. And so as I'm about to close this video, I just want to zero in on her hand movement and help you to understand that it is just the most delicate, gentle touch that is doing a powerhouse of activity. And in our upcoming video, I'll talk about the different sensations that I felt and even the different tastes that came into my vocal cavity. That's my mouth. Mm-hmm. And hopefully I'll document a lot of things. You all tell me if it's too gross. Sometimes you will pee and the color will be very unusual. Tell me how much you want to see, because full disclosure over here, the intention is to help. As I get help, you will get help too. and you will know that there are persons. You don't all have to go to another country. I was all over Latin America, and I cannot say it doesn't exist. But I can say without a shadow of a doubt that returning to Jamaica, right here in my neck of the woods, the stalwart of a practitioner was waiting in the wings, willing, ready, and able to tackle this phenomena. And we look forward to getting me back in high heels again. I'll dance again. I'll twirl on the floor.
As long as I'm alive, you will.
And we will see the end of this journey. Of course, and I know I was closing the video, but I cannot stop without saying nutrition will always have to play a very big part.
Oh, yeah.
And so as you journey with us, you will also be privy to the fact that there will be nutritional adjustments that I will have to make, because as the body heals itself, we have to give it the tools. And food is our medicine. And unfortunately, a lot of us, we are not eating and consuming live food. Food in its most natural form, and even the growth of it, free of pesticides and herbicides and all of that, will speed up the healing process. Sleep is something that I have seen that has given me tremendous curative benefits. So we'll talk about all of this, but I crave your participation in the comment section. Ask your questions, get into the community, and watch me heal right before your eyes. As you know, this is Sherry. Sherry has a lot to say. But until then, ciao for now.